time for Grizz Beat, a full-court press of highlights, insights, and debate around the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Tune in each week on the latest conversations with regional and national insiders locked in on the Grizzlies. Running point from Grind City Media Studios, our host, Jason Smith.
Welcome to Grizz Beat. I am your host, Jason Smith of 92.9 FM ESPN. I'm so grateful to have joined the Grizz Beat team this season as host. I'm even more grateful to be joined by this wonderful panel that we've got of experts. These guys know their stuff, and we're going to be doing it all season long. I can't promise you I'll be this sharply dressed every Wednesday at 3 p.m.
Let's hope not.
But what I can promise you, Jarbo, is that we're going to keep it real, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Just talked about it. The man to my left, Jarvis Greer, is a living legend, a Memphis Sports Hall of Famer,
yes, sir,
and former longtime WMC TV Channel 5 sports director. Jarvo, it's an absolute honor to be working alongside you, brother.
I'm glad that you're in the captain's chair there. You've got command of the Enterprise there.
Well,
we're going to be warp speed, warp 8
I'll
from
tell you
here
what,
on out.
if I can control this microphone, then we might be navigating correctly. To Jarvis's left is a man I call the underground king of Memphis sports media, the great Anthony Sane, host of the Anthony Sane Show. Yes, sir, salute. On Bluff City Media, saying it's a wonderful thing to see you sitting in that seat. You ready to get to work, brother?
Man, yeah, I'm glad to be here, man. It feels like we're making history today, man. I'm sitting beside two legendary guys that I call my mentors, my friends, like guys I look at as being my, sports media heroes in the building. I'm up here with y'all. Feeling good.
The honor is mine, brother. And finally, on location from Nashville, where the Grizzlies are currently participating in day 2 of preseason training camp, we have the guru, Michael Wallace, senior editor, contributor, and analyst for Grind City Media. Michael, how is Music City treating you so far?
Hey, it's been great so far, man. 2 days of hard work from the Grizzlies. We got the coverage locked down from one end to the other. You're not going to get it like this anywhere else other than Grind City Media and the all-new Grizz Beat. I'm looking forward to it, man. Let's do it.
There you go. You got it from the guru himself. Make sure you're locked in every Wednesday at 3 p.m. So that's our panel for this week's show. We've also got the multi-talented CJ Hurt back behind the glass, making sure we're on our P's and Q's. So, brother, peace and love to you. Much respect to you as well, brother. Appreciate everything you've done. With introductions taken care of appropriately, we'll start with our starting 5. That's what we'll do every week. Our top 5 storylines surrounding the Memphis Grizzlies as they get set to tip off the preseason on Monday against the Detroit Pistons. Before we head into it, Michael's been working. He told you so. We've got audio from Coach Iisalo, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Ty Jerome. Let's give it a listen.
Beating throughout these drills.
I mean, they're doing an amazing job competing, especially in the competitive drills. We try to split them up in 2 different type of categories. First one's the learning drills. We try to learn new things and also explore a little bit new options. And then when we start playing, we just try to get them to find a way to win, and that brings some chippiness in everybody, which is great because the best practices are at the edge of conflict. You want to keep it right there. That just means the engagement is very high from the players.
I mean, it's definitely different. These are guys that I'm older than, and guys that's I've been in the league 13 years, in the league guys 7 to 8, I think. So I mean, for them just to have the knowledge of the game, and the ins and outs of it, I think it's great, for them to be in year 8 or 7. But like just learning from them guys, because I mean, I'm learning stuff every day, especially here. They've been here for a long time, and just learning from them, how it goes in this organization, just how to move, and then how to actually, perform out there on the court as well.
I think it's exactly what it sounds like. We're trying to play as fast as possible. I think we're overdoing it now, so it might look a little sloppier than we might want it to be, but we're trying to, preach those really good habits now of how fast can we play, how aggressive can we be on defense, and trying to build those habits. And we'll get the organization piece later.
Michael's putting in all the hard work. Appreciate that. Listen, what's obvious is so much is new. Whether it's your head coach, whether it's KCP or Ty Jerome. Michael, we'll start with you since you've put in all the hard work. What stood out to you through these first couple of days of training camp?
Well, when you talk about what, Coach Iisalo said, it's getting chippy now, right? These guys the pleasantry has been exchanged. Everybody dapped up everybody, doing the voluntary workouts. They came and did day one and got through the drills and felt everyone out. And now it's time for the rubber to meet the road, and these guys are fighting for competition. And that's the one thing that stood out the most about what they're doing. The Grizzlies are a team that knows that they're going to have to come from the mud. They're going to have to get it out the mud this season because no one is expecting a lot from them. But these guys have to have that iron sharpens iron mentality. So when Iisalo talks about the chippiness, when Kentavious Caldwell-Pope talks about learning from guys he's older than, and then when Ty Jerome says, hey, it is sloppy, it is what it is, but we got to work through this, that tells you the kind of mentality that they're taking in terms of how they're approaching this training camp.
Absolutely. Fantastic audio, fantastic insight into the early days of Grizzlies preseason training camp. Saying, question number 2 is for you. Grizzlies obviously could be without 3 key front court players, and Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach Edey, and Brandon Clark, although we're hoping with Jaren Jackson Jr. certainly sooner than later. How does Tuomas Iisalo handle the front court rotation to start the season when you're so banged up?
I mean, it's a big question, right? You got some heavy hitters that are gone. You got Zach Edey, Jaren, possibly more than likely, and Brandon Clark, of course. I think that you have to go with Jock Landale and Santi Aldama as your starters, right? Mainly because I think those are 2 guys that can kind of mimic. They're kind of like lighter versions of the guys that are out. Jock Landale can do a lot of things that Zach Edey can do as far as screening and rebounding and a little defense, those type of things as well. Jaren, of course, it's hard to replicate a unicorn, of course, but Santi's the type of guy offensively that does a lot of things that Jaren does as well. So I think you can get a lot of I think you can kind of right the ship with those 2 type of guys. But I think it's also going to call for big minutes, like a guy like G.G. Jackson coming up and getting some power forward minutes. And also P.J. Hall, a guy that you picked up out of the summer league who's on that 2-way deal. You'll probably see him as part of that rotation as well.
I'm so glad you mentioned G.G. Jackson, saying even though he's still, just 20 years old, it's year 3 for G.G., and it feels like an incredibly important season for him.
I think still the youngest guy on the team.
Isn't that crazy? It feels incredibly important for him this season, although as young as he is, that he not get lost in the shuffle. So, Jarvis, I'll ask you, how important is this training camp and preseason for G.G. Jackson?
I think it's make or break time for G.G. He is going into his 3rd year, and he is only 20 years old. I mean, he's younger than some of the guys in the recent draft class coming in. He won't turn 21 until December, but he's been in the system, albeit the system has changed somewhat, but he's been with these guys. They know the athleticism. They recognize the talent. They just have to see it on a consistent basis. And there's a logjam at that wing spot now. Somebody's going to have to emerge, like those meerkats you see pop up, on those movies and everything where somebody's head comes up. If he wants his head to be the one to come up, he's got to be consistent on defense, consistent on offense. When he sees his move, take it, go with it, don't play around with it, and just do what comes naturally for him. We saw a little bit of that in Summer League. Let's hope we can see more of that in the preseason the season.
You speak to that log jam at the wing. There might be an opportunity, especially as if it goes as Sane has predicted. If you don't have Jaren, you've got Santiago. Perhaps there's some backup minutes early for G.G. at the 4. The point is he's got to maximize those minutes. One of the things that come out of media today, some of the stronger comments, came from Grizzlies general manager Zach Kleiman, who directly addressed his decision to trade Desmond Bane. Let's take a listen to this audio.
What benchmarks or results this season are going to communicate to you that the plan is still an active plan, that you're still on pace for the plan, that you want to reshape the team around those guys?
Yeah, when we're looking at this team going forward, what we're building towards, the goal remains the same. Nothing's changed, since we began, and the standard's going to remain, the same of how we're operating from here. I think I was honest, at the end of last year, and sharing our internal assessment that where we were wasn't good enough, in the context of trying to compete at the very, highest level of the NBA. And that's the standard that we hold ourselves to. We wouldn't have, if we were just trying to be a perennial, low-end playoff team, something to that effect, I don't think we would have made that move. I don't think we would have, it was a significant organizational decision, certainly to trade away someone who made such a positive impact on the court and off the court, as Desmond did. And the job, at the end of the day is living out, where we believe we really can get to.
some real transparency there from Zach Kleiman, who in my mind was saying, look, we're not in this to be Sacramento. We're not in this to be Portland. We're not in this to be a bottom-tier playoff team. We want to go back to the top. And in doing so, it was an acknowledgement that the Big Three had sort of topped out. So I thought they were strong, necessary words, especially for a small market franchise that's trying to learn how to win in a new way. Jarvis, what did you think of Zach's comments on retooling the roster?
Oh, I thought that he was spot on, and I thought as far as the things that he said, all the players are like bought into it. I mean, KCP, Ty Jerome, who I think they need to get Ty Jerome in one of those Beale Street blue suits and a lot of chains and put him out on Beale Street there.
Memphis him up a little bit.
I know. He looked like he could be part of it, man. He
like
got
he
to
can
be
get
rolling
down
with the waves, and, he got the thing working there. And so I think, he will immediately endear himself. But now everybody, to a man, they all said, look, we like the direction. We want to be on top. We don't want to be considered, hey, it's just good enough to make the playoffs and we're a fun team to watch during the regular. No, we want that championship. We want that parade down Beale Street. And I think, you have to have that attitude, and you got to make some tough decisions. That's what they did in letting go Bane. I hated to see it, but I understand with the money that you can use to get the other pieces around to try to get you where you want to go.
Michael, I'll ask you, did Zach's transparency on that answer stick out to you as well? Did you find it necessary and strong like I did?
Absolutely. And to me, it showed a level of self-reflection that you need from the top of an organization when it's time to look yourself in the mirror and say, what adjustments do I need to make? What adjustments as the president of basketball operations can we make from the very top? It's easy to get rid of guys that don't fit, and it's easy to try to, do different things to try to save money and, make sure you're under the salary cap and the luxury tax. But when you have to make hard decisions, Desmond Bane was a core player for these three. These three guys together for the most part, grew up together, reached second in the West 2 different times together, and was that up-and-coming team. But they had to step back in order to give themselves the flexibility and the resources that they might need to ultimately take the step forward. So self-reflection is what I heard from Zach Kleiman in that statement.
Sane, you've got the last word on this. Do you think that message was important for fans to hear as well? It's one thing to identify it yourself, right. The reflection, but how about for the fans?
Man, for sure, because it's like that was a major move. Dez was a major part of what we've done.
Like
one of the fan favorite for sure. And to have to make sense of that, I had to find myself on Father's Day explaining to my kid why we traded Desmond Bane, right? It's one of those type of things. So it's like it's crucial that he did make that statement, letting the fans know, hey, we love Dez, but the way that style of play, that roster structure of having that Ja and Dez backcourt, it doesn't really reflect what championship winning teams look like. And we had to make that move to make the roster make a little bit more sense, especially when you're losing a guy like that. I think the fans did deserve to hear some type of explanation.
One thing Jerry West said when he was general manager here in the early part of the Grizzlies era in Memphis, he said that I like players, but I'm not in love with them. And it's the whole thing about that. You got guys that you think, oh, man, he's going to be here forever.
Of course.
But when you look at the contract versus what you can do with it, you have to look at it like that pragmatically sometimes and make that tough move. Yeah. And that's what Zach Kleiman did.
Well said. Our final starting 5 item, and I can almost hear the wedding bells. Our man, Brandon Clark, got engaged this offseason. Gentlemen, we got, 3 married guys in here? 4 if we're going to count C.J. Hurd and a guy that's about to be. What kind of advice would you give Brandon Clark to keep his lovely bride happy? Jarvis, we'll start with you.
2 words. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Whatever she says.
Whatever she says goes and is right.
That's got to go. It's got to be the mantra, man. You got to just remember when you want to do this. And now Brandon Clark just turned 29. He just had a birthday here recently, so he's had a chance to go around the block a couple of times. And he's got to know that if you want that thing to work out, she's the boss, especially inside the house. Whatever goes in there, man, she's got to be the one. And you make decisions, as a unit, not as 2 separate people. But yes, dear, is the mantra.
How about you saying you're Mr. Romance?
Man, you already know it. But as a divorced man who's been down that road and took some wrong turns, and a brother who's trying to do it again out here, I think that the wisdom that I have for him is identify her love language, learn it, and speak it.
Wow.
Love her like she likes to be loved. Do it. If she likes to go out on dates, take out on dates. If she likes you to clean up the house, clean up the house.
Rubs.
You just can't buy gifts out of everything. You know what I mean? You just got to, still sit on a big contract, BC, but sometimes you got to love the woman she likes to be loved. Identify those type of things. Don't try to fit the way you love her into a box. You got to expand your horizons on them love languages, man. Get the book. Call me, BC. I got you. If you need some help.
Michael, I don't know. Can you top the advice we got from these gentlemen?
Hey, listen, all I'm about, and you got some great advice from the two brothers right there before, and Sane is engaged, so he's on that same track right there. But what I say is my man Johnny Taylor, the old Stax recording artist. Once you get down that path, it's cheaper to keep her.
Oh,
it's
yes, sir.
cheaper to keep her. So again, you're on the boat, you're proposing in these exotic islands, you're doing all of these things, but ultimately, man, when it gets down to it, indoor, because it's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
I love that song, but Micah, if you were saying it's cheaper to keep her, you might already be in trouble, brother. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on now to our best dunk, our best dime, and best defensive play, where each week our panel's going to vote on the top Grizz-themed highlights. This week, it's all about Jaren Jackson Jr., who, oh, by the way, has changed his number, update your priors, from 13 to number 8, entering year 8. Let's take a look at the artist formerly known as 13 and see him doing some damage at the rim.
For Conchar, high archer. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Ant-Man has just been on fire. Jackson picking and poking and chatting inside.
Gobert was face up. Gentlemen, your votes.
Well, I will say the number one, the first one where Tripp yammed on top of Anthony Davis, because nobody likes the Lakers in the grindhouse when it comes to like real basketball. He's going in for a rebound. Who's coming up? Oh, that's Jaren Jackson. He did it with authority and then put the sneer on him at the end. I love that. I need that. I want to see more of that this season.
I ain't mad at that. What about you, son?
Man, I got to ride with Jarvo on that one, man. That's AD, bro. You know what I mean? It's AD. That's the
He's
big
supposed
dog.
to be the defensive whiz,
right? That's big bro. That's AD. Whatever. If Jaren's a power forward, AD's a power forward. That's the guy. That's the big dog in his position. So, and we've seen AD, get the best of Jaren for most of his career. In that moment, Josh signed off with it with the cosign. Hey, it's AD, man. I don't care nothing about the defensive player of the year, whether he was face guarding him, all that. And then, man, he got a little body to body. I ain't gonna say what body hit the body, but it was body to body too, man. So you got to give credit for that one as well.
I can see Michael Wallace shaking his head from Nashville. You do not agree with these gentlemen, sir.
I do not agree. Sane tried to steal my thunder by acknowledging that Jaren Jackson Jr. faced up the two-time defensive player of the year and just went straight at him. Anthony Davis wasn't even looking at Jaren. He didn't know. He caught some strays right there because he was going up for a rebound. He just got some nuttage on his neck. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
But my man went face up with Rudy Gobert and just – that's all I have to say.
I get that.
We said we mature.
I mean, you did have a former defensive player of the year, multiple-time defensive player of the year, trying to block that shot. It wasn't over his back. I'd got to go with the dunk over Gobert. So I'm going to agree with you, Michael Wallace, on this one. All right, moving on. We know Jaren's a unicorn. He could do it all. To best dime, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Three, that's going to be well short. Jaren offensive rebound. Beats to Morant. He hangs. He hits. Jaren Jackson Jr. making it. Jaren running the break. Nearly lost the handle. Cutting contact. Reverses it up and in. And John. See you, Jaren.
All right, guys.
Well, those are two great examples of what we're going to need out of Tripp this year, but I'm going to go with number one because Jaren, it was almost like the no look. He half recognized Ja out of his left eye and then threw him a blind pass.
I agree.
Ja-like pass. Threw him a blind pass. If you get some of that out of Tripp, no telling what this team can do. That was just a sweet move to the right guy to finish, and it was picturesque the way he did it and then kept going up the court. That's what I want to see out of Tripp.
Jarvo, right side?
Man, yeah, I'm going with the one on the left, bro. There's so many factors why I say that. Number one, the pass was to 12. 12 making the highlight better, bro. Come on, look how he finished. Come on now.
Oh, that's true.
That's 12. Yep. And then Jaren put the extra flair with the touch pass, no look. Now, he was doing his thing on the other John 2, dribbling, all that. It's Jitty. Jitty, you my guy. I fool with you. When you talking about 12, man, 12 just looks so much more of a highlight. He made the highlight look better on the left side.
Michael, you the contrarian again?
I'm going to definitely be the contrarian again. Those two guys, listen, Jarvis is a Hall of Famer. Jaren is going to be a Hall of Famer. Sane, I don't know. We'll see where we end up with Sane. Right? But the bottom line, Jaren Jackson Jr. did his best Hall of Fame Magic Johnson interpretation. 6'11", 252 pounds, coming down, transition, spin, drop, dish, layup. underneath on the road, and that's why that was the better highlight.
I ain't mad at you.
Hopefully
Not
we'll
mad
get,
at you, not mad at
we're,
you.
we're not going to be mad at you, brother, especially here on the first show. Hopefully we'll see a lot more of all that very soon once the season has started from number 8 this season, Jaren Jackson Jr. Coming up after the break, we'll check the confidence level of our panelists and whether the Grizzlies will make the playoffs this season. Plus, a bold preseason prediction and call your shot from each of our panelists. I'm going to make them keep it bold, none of that soft stuff. Make sure you keep it locked. This is Grizz Beat.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for? That boy is mine.
Let's go, Grizz! Let's go!
Oh, John Moran just broke the rim with that finish.
Defense, take that ball! Defense, take that ball!
Jared with a rejection.
Give me that!
Durant digs at it, knocks it away. Picked up by Pippen. Bob, Brandon Clark.
Ooh, on that rim!
Did you see the end of Ace's Storm? Let me play it out for you. Storm get the ball back, and it's Gabby Williams, and oh, God. You'll never know. We'll never know. A hell of a way to say, you lost. Lights are out, take the ball, go home, or don't take the ball because your season is over.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jaren Jackson has a message for y'all. Jaren, say it now.
What?
It's the best show in the world.
Yeah, Trip. When I showed up at the event last night, he goes, "You got the biggest show in the world." And I said, "No, I really don't." And he goes, "To me, you do. I see you every day." I asked him why he doesn't just walk up here, and he's like, "Because I don't want you to be able to prepare." I was like,
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to Grizz Beat. Grizz Nation Open Practice presented by Tennessee Lottery is free admission for all fans this Saturday, October 4th at 1 p.m. at FedEx Forum. Watch your favorite players compete in live practices and skill competitions. And this year you can start the season off with opening night tickets available for just $9.01. Get it $9.01 only at the FedEx Forum box office, only during open practice. So make sure you're taking advantage of this opportunity to get those opening night tickets at $9.01. Visit Grizzlies.com today to reserve your tickets and tip off the hoop season with us. Now it's time to put the confidence meter on our panelists. It's our weekly temperature check on 3 key topics, starting this week with our panelists' confidence level and whether Coach Iisalo can guide the team to the playoffs in his first full season as head coach. Michael Wallace, you've got the confidence meter strapped on. Where are you at on this one?
I'm confident that Iisalo can guide the team to the playoffs. It's going to be tough, though, because the Grizzlies are in a situation where the West is stacked, it's loaded, and, they're starting the season, behind the 8 ball because of these injuries to Jaren and BC and obviously Zach Edey. So can he get them to the playoffs? I see them going in as a number 6 seed. I think they will have enough to rally strong towards the end of the season.
Okay. Jarvis, where are you at?
All right, it's flipping around. I'm going to say very confident. I like the fact that I like the roster, basically, because the roster is with a Jaren and a Ja and the other players that you brought in, and we haven't even mentioned Cedric Cowherd yet. Nope. It's like these guys have been there before. They've been in the playoffs other than the one year that they were totally wrecked by injuries. I know that injuries are here at the start of the season, but they've gotten off to slow starts before and still finished high. I think the roster is the fact that's going to make them playoff contender into the playoffs comfortably.
Sane, what say you?
Man, bro, I'm very confident. Matter of fact, man, give me a time now. I still got a fever over here, man. I'm about to be off the meter talking about my guy, Coach Iisalo, man. I've been watching these camp videos and media day interviews, the guy's saying some stuff I like to hear, man. He's talking about how he wants to integrate Jaren into things and playing the two-man game.
Yep.
Him and Ja. We haven't seen that at all
No.
in 8 years, 7 years of these guys,
Would
man.
love to see it.
I mean, year 7, year 6, we ain't seen none of this stuff with Jaren. And Jaren is saying he knows he has to be bought in as far as rebounding. He knows he's got to step it up those areas. Like I said, I love the roster. I love Iisalo's approach on both sides of the ball. He looks like he's trying to create an identity with this team. I think we're going to be kind of going back to the grit and grind as far as toughness. I like the roster makeup, the type of guys they got, the athleticism. Hey, sign me up. Coach T.I., I'm with you, brother.
You know, Jarvis mentioned Cedric Cowherd. If I'm not mistaken, Michael, you can correct me. I think it's been 7 players the Grizzlies have had named all-rookie over the last 7 seasons or so. What's your confidence level, Michael, that they'll have another all-rookie player this season?
And that meter to the green because I'm going very confident. You're absolutely right. Jay Smooth, not Jason Smith, Jay Smooth right now with the way you dress, brother.
That works.
Very confident. 7 players, all rookie team, first or second team over the last 7 years. Twice they did it with 2 players. This past season, Zach Edey and Jalen Wells were both on the rookie team. And then Ja Morant and Brandon Clark years ago were both on the rookie team. So Dez was in there as well, too. You know, you've had GG make it as well. These guys develop young guys and give them an opportunity. Cedric Cowherd is next in line right there for that.
Jarvis, are you in the green, too, on Cedric Cowherd?
I'm kind of in the yellow. I'm going to go with the confident on that because in my reasoning is I think that he is going to be very, very good, Cowherd. But I think if everything works out, the other guys that should take that step forward may push him back a little bit. He won't get quite as many minutes.
The logjam you spoke of.
Yeah, the logjam. He won't get as many minutes if all works out according to plan. He will play and he will be, you know, when he's counted on, he better get out there and do it. It looks like the guy's professorial, man, when you talk to him, and hopefully he's that way on the court. But I think if the other guys come through, his minutes may not be enough where he can get, like, you know, the top rookie or the top 3 like we had last year.
Saying, where's your confidence level on the Grizzlies getting an all-rookie selection?
Well, Jason, I took the time off. I'm not as hot on this one.
You ain't
I'm not as hot on this one.
Yeah,
it went down a little bit, but I am confident. I do think that Cedric Cowherd is going to be an amazing player. But I think factors like this draft class is very good. And you're talking about guys who are not only good players, but they're in situations where they're going to be starting day one. Mm-hmm. I don't think Cedric Cowherd is going to be a day one starter. I think he's going to be a late bloomer, a guy who's going to earn his spot into that rotation and be a solid guy in that rotation. And we'll see, hey, this guy can really play. He's going to be a real major piece for this team. I think we'll see that this year. I just don't think we'll see it all year. And I think because of that, that's going to be a factor. Another reason why is because he hadn't played ball in a while, man.
Right,
I think it's going to take a while for his body to look like, you know, whatever he's going to be, that final product of that guy's going to be. So those factors, I think he can do it. I think he's that level of player, but I'm just not like, I took the time off. Like I said, the fever ain't blazing like it was a few seconds ago for Coach T.I.
And finally, we'll ask this confidence meter question. Your confidence level, Michael, in the Grizzlies' ability to stay healthy this year. You're already kind of getting off to a shaky start with the front court.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling a little ill right now. I might need some of Sane's medication right now because I'm not feeling confident at all. Like, this is a team that hasn't proven that they can stay healthy. Year after year, they've been the most injured team over the past 2 seasons combined. And it's a divisional thing because the Southwest Division has been banged up, whether it's New Orleans. You already look at Houston right now, San Antonio, with Wemby missing, you know, that second half of the season with the blood clot. It's just, this is a division that has not been able to stay healthy. The Grizzlies are a team that has to prove it to me first before I can believe in it. So unfortunately, I'm not very confident that they can do it because I haven't seen them do it.
Now that is real. Jarvis, where are you at?
Well, you know, since we're talking medication, I took that Paxlovid, man. I'm about to settle back in. You know, it's like I don't feel too good, but I don't feel too bad. You know? So I think that the worm has got to turn at some point. Right. Maybe we get these injuries out of the way at the beginning of the season.
I pray so.
Pray to the basketball gods that it does work out. And I think that the guys that they brought in have had a good health record. And, you know, it's just like, it's got to happen at some point where they will be healthy.
Law of averages, right?
The law of averages got to play in.
Yeah. Same where you at on the health of this team going through the season.
But, Jason, I've been taking that ashwagandha. I'm an old man, right?
All right. I'll throw that
so I'm pretty mellowed out, man. I'm pretty cool. I'm confident about it, man. I gotta be, bro. I can't like predict we gonna get hurt, man. I can't do that, man. I know, I understand what Mike is saying. I'm with it. You gotta say what you've seen until you see something else. Right. But I think we're due for some good luck, man. John's coming to his grown man body. He picked up 15 pounds.
Right.
Jaren is, Jaren had these same injury woes at one time, but he kind of grew out of those over time. Well, except for now.
He's been pretty healthy lately.
Right. He's been very healthy lately. So I think these guys I think they're growing into their grown man era.
Right.
So I think that's going to come with more relative health across the board.
Just a quick follow-up to you, gentlemen. Is there anything Ja can do on the floor? Is it a deal where we're just praying to the basketball gods on these things, or is there something in your eyes that Ja can do on the floor to help preserve his availability?
Go ahead.
Well, that's a good question. I think that one thing that would help if the league would call some of these fouls when he's up in the air. Ja can fly, man. Why penalize a dude because he can fly? Nobody else can do what he does. If he's up in the air getting ready to yak on somebody, let him do it. If you touch him, that is an automatic, flagrant, and maybe you go to the bench or you go to the locker room.
You got to have the respect of the league.
That'll cut some of that out.
Yeah.
And you got to respect your star players. And if they get in a tussle or get in a fight where they're knucking and bucking, that's one thing. But when a guy's taking off and can do things that nobody else can do, let him do it.
Saying you agree?
Yeah, I think Ja also has a responsibility in that as well. I think he's got to just take care of his body a little better, right? And kind of pick his spots on when he wants to fly over somebody, right?
Pick your spots.
Like, do you want to particularly jump over Lou Dort, who's a known crazy man?
Dort falling back. This was in the Oklahoma City game, game 3, when the Grizzlies were up 29
and you lose
had a
Ja.
chance to really put them out. You lose Ja because Dort's slipping and throwing his arms up in the air on a simple alley-oop pass. That was a simple. Everybody knew that was coming. And Dort should have stepped out of the way, and he should have been thrown out of the game, in my opinion. Because you clipping a guy out that's a face of your league. So I totally agree.
I definitely think they do need to adjust the rules to protect guys like Ja, because that's his style of play. Basketball, a big part of basketball is just pure entertainment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's one of the most entertaining players in the league.
Dude,
you want him on the court
man.
as much as
he's
you can.
Global.
We'll be counting every dunk, and I'm sure it's a discussion that we're going to have and revisit during the season. We mentioned we've got Michael Wallace in Nashville with the team, and he got a chance to sit down with the rookie we mentioned, Cedric Cowherd, for an interview, talk about the upcoming season and expectations. Let's take a listen.
It's day one of Memphis Grizzlies training camp at Nashville's Belmont University. Our training camp coverage is presented by Ortho South. I'm here by Grizzlies rookie Cedric Cowherd, number 11 overall picked in the NBA draft, but that's behind him now. Right now, it's about day one of training camp, getting acclimated with his new team. Cedric, what it was like day one for you to sort of get out there and get up and down? I know you're familiar with these guys, but day one is different when training camp starts.
It was good, though. It's we're working hard, we're playing together, building chemistry. For me, I'm learning a ton, learning the concepts both offensively, defensively, certain teammates, how, where they like the ball, where they want me when they have the ball, something like that. You just learn that and building that continuity as a team.
One of the things that you talked about all off season was that, you need to get back into the rhythm. You hadn't played basketball at this level, at the highest level in a long time, only 6 games last year in college. What was that process like to finally get to this moment? You put in all the work throughout the offseason to get recovered from the shoulder surgery. How did it feel just to be out there and going full go?
It felt great. It was predicated to all the work I put in and the work people helped me put in, along the way. But at the same time, there's still so much work to be done. I think ultimately, like you said, as I go and play more and more and build more chemistry and continuity with the team, that my rhythm will come naturally. Like, I just focus on making winning plays and doing what I can for the team to help us win games and win, possessions and every day. And, with that, if my rhythm comes, it will come.
We keep hearing about speed kills, right? What does that mean for you when you hear this new coaching staff talk about speed kills and everything is done fast?
Yeah, play fast. You think the game fast, but under control. Make quick decisions. You're doing everything at a tempo, at a focus, at an intention that's faster than the other team, which gives you an advantage. We're always trying to be one step ahead of whoever we're playing, whether it's against each other in practice or our first game against New Orleans or even our first preseason game against Detroit. You were just trying to be one step ahead of each team.
All right, you already locked in. You know the schedule, right? You can't wait for this, man. Just one last question. Man. What was it like to be out there on the court? I'm assuming you guys had some scrimmaging up and down to go against Ja and also to be on the same side with Ja through some of the drills.
Oh, it's great. He's a hell of a player. You know what I mean? He's Ja for a reason. You know what I mean? So going against him, like I said, I'm learning a ton, playing with him, playing against him. Especially going against him, you understand the speed, the tempo, the patience he has, and along with a lot of our other players, you just learn a lot of things like that, and it's definitely getting me better for when the game comes. You're going to guard guys that you know, with all due respect, are less than Ja.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So it'll make it a little bit easier. But for me, my focus is just, like I said, to make winning plays and to go out there, guard my tail off, do what I can offensively to make an impact and winning.
All right, make winning plays, stack up winning days. Day one of Grizzlies training camp is behind them. We're looking forward to more from Nashville right here at Belmont University. For Cedric Cowherd, I'm Michael Wallace. Keep it locked on all of our Memphis Grizzlies training camp coverage presented by OrthoSouth.
Wow. Cedric Cowherd's everything Jarvis said. He sounds like a professor. The man exudes maturity. Michael, I mean, for a guy that could, maybe doesn't get the minutes early, Jarvis has referenced the logjam on the wing, and, you know, we'll see what happens elsewhere. I just wonder if that maturity can help a guy like Cedric Cowherd if those minutes don't come early. That's something we'll obviously be revisiting. I feel like we worked Michael Wallace hard today already, guys.
Man, he's up there in Nashville.
He's got the tough job today in Nashville. We'll do a little bit more work. And now a look at the Grizzlies' preseason schedule. 5 games in 12 nights, starting with the return of an old friend in J.B. Bickerstaff, former Grizzlies coach, now coach of the upstart Detroit Pistons. They come into town on Monday, October 6th. Clearly, Cedric Cowherd and the team are ready to get going. A couple nights later, the Grizzlies will play the Boston Celtics here at FedEx Forum on October 8th. From there, it's the Hawks, real Eastern Conference theme here, taking on the Hawks on October 11th. Then you've got your at the Hornets on October 15th before you wrap up the 5 preseason games at the Heat on October 17th. Guys, I'll do it this way. Let's frame the Grizzlies' 5 preseason games with a call your shot. Okay. One bold preseason prediction. We'll do it every week as long as you guys keep the predictions bold as it relates to this preseason. I'm stressing bold. Michael, we'll start with you. Call your shot.
I'm going to call my shot as it relates to the Grizzlies preseason by declaring that G.G. Jackson will lead the Grizzlies in preseason scoring. We saw Jalen Wells do it last year as a rookie. He was one of the most productive guys on the team in terms of the preseason. Some injuries and some lineups, you're not going to overuse Ja. You're not going to overuse a lot of your veterans. Right. You're going to let some of these young guys emerge, and I think that's my shot. I know that's my shot. It's G.G.'s time to take control.
I like that. I like that. If G.G. Jackson comes out of the preseason, you know, scoring like that, hopefully that confidence is going to be there. Jarvis, your bold prediction for the preseason.
Well, you all know G.G.'s my man. I'm in his corner, but I'm going to call my shot right now. Oop, there goes it. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's sweet. That's some sauce. P.J. Hall. P.J. Hall will become a fan favorite as the injuries that Michael Wallace mentioned. There's going to be a lot of people. Everybody's going to play in the preseason, the two-ways and everybody else. And P.J. Hall coming from Clemson. Tiger fans got to see him in FedEx Forum a couple of seasons ago.
Athletic.
He is athletic. He was very good in Summer League and also got in some games with the team he was on before coming to Memphis now as a professional. He doesn't mind mixing it up with the fans in the stands, which I really like. He got into it with a 70-year-old blue-haired Tiger fan, pointed at her and told her she was scum when he dunked on one of the Tiger players. So, and when he was going out of the arena, they were pouring beer on him. He said he loved it. Give me more, more. And I like guys like that know what it is. They know why they're here. He's scratching and clawing to try to get his contract, to be on the main roster permanently. Not just because of that, but P.J. Hall is a player. That dude can score and he can rebound. He's an athletic guy. P.J. Hall.
Feels like opportunity there for P.J. Hall as well with the front court issues. Saying your bold prediction for the preseason.
I'm going to go real bold, like, spicy barbecue sauce bold, for real. Mine is not only will Jaren Jackson Jr. play the first game of the season, you're going to see Jaren play in the preseason. He's going to get a warm-up game. He's going to play in that final preseason game of the season as a warm-up. I think Jaren playing with y'all out here, I think he's good. I think he's ready to go. I think he said that on media day, that if there's a game tomorrow, I'm playing in the game tomorrow. I think Jaren is more ready to go than we may think. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to start game 1, and I think he's going to get a preseason game in as a tune-up.
Oh, he plays in the preseason.
I don't mind putting myself out there. It's out there now.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I think you've topped the gentleman here. I love this call your shot. And obviously, if he plays in the preseason, it is a great thing for that season opener. When we come back, we'll dive into Michael Wallace's top 10 NBA lead guard ranking. Where is Ja Morant on that ranking? We'll also put the guys on the 24-second shot clock validation. All that and more when we get back. This is Grizz Beat on Grind City Media.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board. a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Did you see the end of Ace's Storm? Let me play it out for you. Storm get the ball back, and it's Gabby Williams, and oh God, you'll never know. We'll never know. A hell of a way to say you lost. Lights are out, take the ball, go home, or don't take the ball because your season is over.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
I had dinner last night with Grizzlies head coach Tomas Iisalo, and that was a pleasant experience. It is not hard to understand how a franchise could fall in love with the idea of him running the basketball team. If there would have been a camera on our conversation last night and I could just replay it for you, you would walk away incredibly impressed.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back to Grizz Beat. The second annual Hoops for St. Jude Tip-Off Classic is Monday, October 27th at FedEx Forum. Don't miss Memphis women's basketball take on Vanderbilt or the long-awaited return of John Calipari when his Arkansas Razorbacks face the Memphis Tigers in charity exhibitions to benefit St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or the FedEx Forum box office. Make sure to get your ticket for that wonderful event. Now, it's time to see if we can poke holes in the Guru's top 10 NBA lead guard power rankings. We'll also do this in the coming weeks with Michael's top 10 wings and his top 10 bigs. So we'll get a chance to see if he's got it all right. Michael, I'll hand it over to you, your lead guard rankings, top 10.
We're going to have a power poll where we rank the top 10 in something or another. So I'm going to start with lead guards. These are lead guards, not necessarily point guards or shooting guards from that standpoint, lead guards. And it starts with the reigning NBA champion, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Obviously, there's no question about that. Luka, number 2. Those are the 2 best guards we have in the game right now. Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell. Y'all see it right over there. Y'all, which, that way. Y'all see it. Nope, this way.
Other way. Other way.
Other
left. There you go.
Y'all see it right there.
What you been? You been on Broadway too long up there, Mike? Getting some of them cowboy sodas up there?
Jalen Brunson and Trae Young. That's my top 10 lead guards going into this season. Now, Tyrese Halliburton is hurt, so he's not available going into this season. He would be on this list somewhere if he wasn't hurt. But when you look at that, man, that list, you guys get a chance to call BS on M-Dub's top 10 league guards. Where do you guys start? And, Jason, I'll toss it back to you, man, for the order. But if you got a chance to pull one of these guys off and put your guy on, do that. Don't just criticize. If you're going to hate, participate.
Listen, I'm a deacon, so I'm going to say that's BS that you got Jalen Brunson that low.
Man,
listen, I know they came up short against the Pacers, Guru, but you've got Donovan Mitchell up there, a man who's never made a conference finals, and Jalen Brunson had the Knicks on his back last year. A lot of that, you can look at that rotation, Tibbs, those guys, they ran those guys into the ground. But Jalen Brunson, a man who at one point, I don't even know if we could remember his last name. I'm looking over at you, Andy. He's come a long way.
The point guard
He's
for
come
the
a
Knicks.
long
Point
way
guard
since
for the
that
Knicks.
press conference. Jalen Brunson has proven, man, he is I would say definitely a top 6 league guard. So that'd be my major pushback. Gentlemen, does Michael have it right?
I'm going to go, I say Ja Morant at number 8. Come on now,
Man,
bro.
stop
I figured y'all have something to say about
You're
that.
saying the best ability is availability, yeah. But Ja Morant, he's on the court. He's top 5 talent in the world. And I think he should be up there. James Harden, I think, should drop down a little bit because what has he done really? He's a great showman in the regular season, does all kind of stuff. And
Always
I hate the little
Game 7.
go in there with the ball down low so you get a foul and then come up, you got the tweet three-point play. I think that, his act is running kind of thin there, and who knows what the Clippers are going to do. But I'm thinking Josh should be up top 5 at least. What do you say?
Come on, man.
What?
Yes,
you gonna
You're taking some shots here, Michael.
Come on, baby. Come on.
I'm coming back at each one of y'all, but I want y'all to get on the record first. Go ahead, Sam. You up next.
Hey, Mike, I know you out there in Nashville, man, doing your thing. Man, you should have took this list and packed it up and sent it with you, man. Get this up out of here, man. This list is terrible, bro. I don't know how you got a list with Ja Morant. Okay, here's my thing. Here's my rule of thumb when it comes down to Ja. Wherever you got Anthony Edwards, Ja is right there, whether he's right above him or right below him. There's no way, there's no planet where this version of James Harden is better than Ja. Jamal Murray has never made an All-Star game, and he's not even the best player on his team. Like, stop it, bro.
Okay.
Okay. So does Michael Porter Jr. So let me say, what are we saying, bro? Ja is better than those two dudes. Him and Spider Mitchell. I think Ja should be. If you're gonna put Ant 4, Ja's got to be 5. That's just where I'm at. Hey, bro, you and Ja got to square up, man. Cause hey, come on, man.
Hey, see, first of all, I'll show Ja this list to his face and explain to him why. You know what he'll say? All right, bro. I disagree, but I see. Right? There ain't no debate. There's no debate in the top 3. That's automatic. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, no question about it. And Edwards has taken over because he's been available. He's guided his team to back-to-back Western Conference Finals appearances. That's accomplishment both team-wise and individual. He took over that team with veterans and did it. Jamal Murray, when he is healthy, and he's been more healthy than Ja Morant. So when you talk about the second player in a 1-2 combination with Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray is that dude. He's the dude when it comes playoffs time. He gets better over the course of the season. We see it time and time again. James Harden is a statistical guru when it comes to how productive he is, how durable he is, and what he's able to do. Because he's there and he's been doing it for a decade plus, you got to put him where he needs to be. Ja has not been healthy enough, and they've not won enough in order to be above any of those top 7. That changes this year because I said it myself. This is going to be Ja's best year of his NBA career. He's going to let the league know, I'm here, I'm him.
Could Jamal Murray be the best player on a good team? Okay, could Jamal Murray be the best player on a good team?
You talking about he's playing with Nikola Jokic? Nobody.
If it wasn't no Jokic, could he be the best player on the team that's like a championship contender? Could he be number 2 in the West?
Ja's not that.
Man, stop it. He did it. Mike, what are you talking about?
Hold on. I'm talking about finishing the season, man. You know how many teams got the number 2 and didn't hold on to it? Like, is that where we are now? Where we're measuring
do you think a Jamal Murray-led team could be the second best team in the West for an entire season? But he's the best player on the team.
Depends on who his second and third best players are. If you had Jamal Murray alongside Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane, yes, I do believe that. that.
Hey, this list going to FedEx. It'll be there tomorrow. Hold tight.
I'm hoping that Ja gets to see this and put it, stack it in his Ja 3s that he's wearing, and then that'll give him more motivation because he's that type of cat now. He's that type of cat. He uses things like that for motivation.
There's no disrespect to Ja if you're top 10 in this NBA and league. Look at that list, man.
That's
that list doesn't include Tyrese Halliburton. It doesn't include my man from the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker, who goes to get the bucket. It doesn't include a lot of guys. So it's like for him to be there, we know Ja has the talent to be there, but does he have the resume and everything else that it takes to stay there? I got him at 8. If he climbs up over these guys, so be it. I think he's capable of doing it, but absolutely he's a top 8 player in this league when it comes to that position. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I subscribe to your defense of Ja, why you got him there. I still have a hard time with Donovan Mitchell being number 5 on that list. I'd almost flip-flop him with Jalen. What's Donovan Mitchell ever won, Michael Wallace? Man. What has Donovan Mitchell won? Hadn't made it to the conference finals.
Donovan Mitchell, perennial all-star, right? He's been on a team with a 60-win team as the best player. You know what I'm saying? He's guided Utah to the second round of the playoffs a couple times. He's done it in Cleveland. Now they collapsed, no doubt about it. They
lost that same Pacers team. Yep.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So he hasn't necessarily just done it, but in terms of availability, he stacked more games and more accomplishments than Ja right now in his career. And if you give him health and you give him this team again, they're going to probably be the top. They're the team to beat in the East right now for sure. You can't say that about where Ja is. He has to get it done. Is he capable? Yes. Has he done it? Not yet.
Yeah.
We got to see it more consistently.
Hey, Mike, I ain't mad at you, bro. It's easier to talk about a list than to make a list, bro.
Absolutely, and everybody's gonna have something to say. I'm not suggesting you move Ja above Donovan Mitchell, but Jalen Brunson, who I am apparently representing today, I'd like to see him a little bit higher on the list. I told you guys we were gonna keep it real on this show. All right, we got more work to do. Now we'll put each of our panelists on the hot seat in 24-second shot clock validation, in which each of our panelists has 24 seconds. They got to get it in to deliver their hottest take on a league issue. This week's topic, we learned recently that Ja Morant has decided to represent himself in his next contract talks and everything else. He's not the first to do this, going away from the standard agent. SGA has done it. Jaylen Brown has done it. I believe Lamar Jackson has done it as well in the NFL. The question for today is self-representation the new wave in the NBA? Michael, we'll start with you. Put 24 seconds on the clock.
It's a big-time gamble. Big-time gamble when you do that, because there's so many different reasons and ways that you need representation. This is not just about a basketball contract, right? If it's just about basketball, the CBA takes care of you from that standpoint. Ja is going to get a max money. He's going to get as much money on it from the NBA as he can get. But this is about what you do in your communities. This is about what you do with your endorsements. That's where you need those relationships. It's going to be tough. Grant Hill made it happen, but Ja Morant is going to have to learn the long way.
All right, pretty good. Went a little over on the guru. I'm a little disappointed here. No, I'm just messing with you. I don't know. Jarvis, can you top him? Can you get it done inside 24 seconds?
Well, let's hit it. Go. I think that it's a good idea for Ja to do this. A lot of athletes, top athletes, have now done it. It is the new wave for the athletes in the NBA. And I think the fact that he's keeping it more in the family. And I think when he went over to China and saw all the love that he's getting over there and look, all this other stuff, yeah, the other agents might try to freeze him out. But when he hits, and he has hit, his shoes are hitting, and he definitely is hit on the court. Why keep the money in the family? Yeah.
Jarvis coming in before the bell. I don't saying you're on your medication.
First sign of rookie. Let's get
so
it.
we're gonna see if you've got see if you knock this out of the
park.
park.
Man, put it at 22. I don't even need no 24.
On the board. Is this the new way? Self-representation. Go, son.
Hey, I love it. I love what they're doing. You could call it self-representation. I'm gonna call it non-traditional representation. It ain't like Ja out here moving by himself, man. He's got former agents. He got his crew around him. He's got a ton of people that advise him. It's just how the money's getting distributed. Instead of a guy getting the guaranteed percentage of what I'm getting, I'm paying you for your services, and we doing it like that. I love it. Hey, get your money, Ja. I ain't mad at you, bro, at all.
And now we'll wrap up the episode with pick and roll. Where wait a minute, you came in way early.
Give my props, man. Give my props, man.
You came in extremely early. Pick and roll is up next. It's pretty simple. You pick from one of two options, right? And then you explain why you're going to roll with it. Easy enough. This week's question is going to be, which NBA elder statesman will have the better year? Kevin Durant or LeBron James? Michael, we'll start with you. Which one's going to have the better year?
We all know LeBron is my guy. You know what I'm saying? We all know. You know, it's hard for me to go against LeBron, but when you talk about productivity at this stage, who's going to have the better year moving forward? They're already putting LeBron on ice right now in the preseason because of a glute issue that they're going to manage. I think they're going to manage him all throughout the season like that. I think Kevin Durant is the guy here that's going to have the better and more productive season because he's going to be asked to do more. Now he's going to take on even more of a scoring and a playmaking load because of Van Vliet being injured, and I think he could do it. Last year, we had our production meeting, and we pulled up Kevin Durant's stats. He was 26, 6, and 5, basically. And he did it all across the board, man, in Phoenix. They couldn't go anywhere, but he certainly did his part to deliver. Now you got a better team around you. Kevin Durant's going to have the more productive season.
Michael surprised me that he didn't go with his man, LeBron James. Jarvis, which one? Which elder statement's going to have the better year?
Well, you know, Kevin Durant's going to score wherever he is. He's the Slim Reaper for a reason. He's putting up all kind of numbers. Michael has all the numbers, and he knows that's why he's the guru. But I think as it affects winning, LeBron James, when he's on the court, affects winning more than Kevin Durant was. Last couple of years, Kevin Durant has, where was he, Phoenix, and then before that, they haven't really won. He's putting up numbers, and he's going to put up numbers again because that's what he does. But does it affect winning? Yeah, we saw that his stats his assist stats, which I was surprised at. KD's were a little bit better than LeBron's, but LeBron is purposely looking for people. Sometimes if Kevin Durant doesn't have a shot, he'll give it up to somebody. I think LeBron James just has that basketball team IQ more than KD does. And not saying that KD doesn't have it. I just think that LeBron is LeBron James. You know what I mean? That's correct.
Saying, is it LeBron James for you or KD?
Nah, it's KD, man. We've been watching LeBron defeat Father Time for a long time.
Okay.
Man, LeBron 47, man. I mean, I saw LeBron the Piccadilly on Elvis Presley against the senior citizen plate, man. I mean, it's time to wrap it up, man. The man hurting up in his butt muscle, man. Come on, man. What we talking about, bro? We ain't never seen LeBron never seen LeBron miss count, man. I mean, what we talking about, man? I think Father Time is about to catch up with my guy. KD's, still he's in the twilight of his career as well. He's like 37 years old. I think KD just is going to have more productivity. He's going to have more productivity for their team. Yeah, plus, man, I think LeBron might be on some BS, like the good Deacon was saying, man. Like with the whole contract situation, Luka being there, him not being the man no more, feel like he might be about to get forced out. I think those type of factors. I think LeBron is kind of going to have a cloud over his. This might be the first really bad look year for LeBron that we've probably seen in a long time.
Oh, real quick, with all you guys, I want to touch on the Kevin Durant piece of this. Michael talked about it. Van Fleet out. Reed Shepherd is unproven at this point, although they obviously used a high draft pick on him. I'm just curious, do you guys think we'll see Kevin Durant bringing the ball up? Michael talked about playmaker, but I mean as a lead guard where they put him in a point guard role. Is that something you've got to work around if you're Houston? How do you think that plays out?
I think there's a little bit too much on him right there.
Bringing the ball up.
Bringing the ball up court.
They got better options at this point? That's what I'm asking.
It's got to be Reed Shepherd. You picked him number 3. You got to let him.
You picked him number 3, but he wasn't even number 3 during the regular season on the bench. I mean, he was like barely up there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Was not ready last year.
I don't know that Reed Shepherd can do anything more than what he did last year. He could. He might.
Yeah.
They picked him high. They know something we don't know, I guess, or maybe he just hadn't shown it yet. But just that's a lot to put on KD to do that.
Michael?
Well, they still have, obviously the Holiday brother that's still there as well, too. I mean, it's 3 of them in the league. I can't remember which one exactly is in Houston. I think it's Justin Holiday. They still have him in the rotation. You still have Eason and some other guys that can be wings. Obviously, the Thompson twin is going to be converted into more of an all-around player when it comes to that. So there's going to be different guys that can help Reed Shepherd out. But KD is going to have to take on more of the half-court scoring load and facilitating in the half-court. And his game ages gracefully. He doesn't put a lot of wear and tear on his body normally. He stays in shape, and he's a shooter. Like, those guys can shoot forever. When you're a shooter, you can stay in the game for a long time. And we've seen guys do that. Yeah, and we've seen guys do that. But I will call BS on this one, though. LeBron James is just playing with guys out in L.A., man. He knows that, and Luka Doncic knows that franchise belongs to LeBron right now. He's calling all the shots behind the scenes. He just doesn't want to put himself in a position where he's going to get blamed if it goes wrong. So now he's repositioning the chessboard so that it can look like it's Luka's team. So if it goes wrong, it's on Luka, not LeBron.
But sinister plot there.
But Mike, he's literally
evil
looking.
thinking there, Michael Wallace.
He's literally looking butthurt, like literally right now. So, so you might need to fix up that philosophy on that.
Maybe he'll have to come back and
he might
lead
need some of
another
that
team.
Tylenol.
Tylenol. Hey, be careful with that Tylenol,
Rub some tussin on it. Do it like that.
Dr. Champion, my Elvis Presley.
We'll be monitoring both, obviously, and see who comes out on top of this one. That's our show for this week.
No, say it ain't so, man. We can talk some more.
Hey, we've only got an hour. You want to make it 2? Talk to me, and we'll come back next week. We're going to keep it an hour for now.
Well, we'll talk to our representation.
We'll talk to the representation. Yeah. Thank you to this great group of panelists. We've got Jarvo, Anthony Sane, and the great Michael Wallace, who did all the work for us today in Nashville.
Yes, he did.
Thank you as well to CJ Hurd, who kept us straight, and the behind-the-scenes crew that's put together all the great graphics and the beautiful presentation that you see with the new show Look Today. Make sure to rejoin us next week. I told you we're going to keep it real, and we'll have preseason action to talk about as well. Until then, keep grinding.